Hello guys, hello, how are you doing? This is Dr. Doris and I am here to talk about something as a very nice topic. I have seen a lot of people going over and over on this question, asking about it over and over again, and I decided that okay, it is worth talking about. Let me give you guys what I think from my own perspective. So what I want to talk about today is, should you go for Amedex question bank or should you go for Mplusx question bank when you're preparing for your Australian Medical Council exam? A lot of people have asked this question. So if this is you, come on this video. Let's talk about it. Let's go, guys. You're asking, should I go for Amedex? Should I go for Mplus? Okay, I'm going to give you the answer to your question, and the answer to your question is very simple. Okay, so now during my exam, I was able to compare Amedex and Mplus, of course, because I studied for my exam. Like, anyway, not the intensive studies though, but I started making research as to like what is Australian Medical Council exam. I tried to ask my seniors that have written the exam before me. I tried to ask other people that have passed the exam just to see what they think about this Australian Medical Council exam, to see how the exam goes for them. You know, I got different responses from people, and that actually helped me to form my decision that I made about how I wrote my exam. It also influenced the books that I read. It also went ahead to influence the question bank that I used. But I'm gonna tell you, I actually subscribed for Mplusx as well as Amedex, and I'm gonna tell you the difference between the two subscriptions. So if you're looking at having like a wide range of questions, like a lot of questions that would help you maybe be proactive in like thinking about like, okay, what happens here in terms of diagnosing a condition, then you should be looking at Mplus, because Mplus have more questions. It has a lot of questions. Almost, as of when I did, it was 4,000 plus. I don't know about now, maybe by now it should have been up to 5,000, but Mplusx do have lots of questions, and they have the trial exam, which I also did before my exam. So Mplusx have trial exam. It has that exact, it puts you in that exact same exam condition. It's 3.5 hours. It has 150 questions. So you can use Mplus if you're thinking of going like, think generally. But if you're thinking of what is more specific to Australia, like Australian health practice, so if you're looking at something that is more specific to Australia, I mean, when I mean Australia, I mean like health system of Australia has Australian health guidelines, you should think of Amedex. Because for me, when I started Mplus, it was very wild and it wasn't like specific to Australia. It has a lot of questions. It's a good question bank, but when I started doing Amedex, okay, I stopped doing Mplus. I just abandoned the Mplus. What I did, this is what I did, okay? What I did was that later on I went back and used Mplus to do like the final questions. I mean the trial exams. They had about, I think about 6 to 7. I tried to do all of them before my exam. Okay, so now for the Amedex, I used it completely for my exam. I used it and I went through all Amedex questions like 2 to 3 times before my actual exam. So I think I prefer Amedex when it comes to talking about what happens in Australia and following the Australian guidelines. I would say that I prefer Amedex. You can also have a look and tell me what you prefer. If you think differently or if you have a contrary opinion, please do put it down on the comment section. Let's talk about it. But for me personally, Australian health system, Australian guidance, I did Amedex and I preferred it. I loved it. Mplusx it has more questions and is more versatile. If you're still watching at this moment, please do like, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Remember also, guys, to subscribe to my channel to encourage me to keep posting. Thank you so much, guys, for being here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.